It's that time of year again, the books and chocolates video. If you haven't seen this before, I've been doing this for years. I will link to the older videos below. But this is the most perfect, inexpensive, depending on what you choose, bespoke, thoughtful Christmas gift. Honestly, when you see the little packages that I've put together, it just looks so beautiful and it really feels like a lot of thought's gone into the present. It's got something you can keep forever and something that you can just enjoy on the day. And I like to think of people sitting there unwrapping their amazing chocolate and just having a read of their book and enjoying the whole package put together. So every year I try and pick some classic books and some books that I've enjoyed throughout the year and some new ones. But the thing that ties them together is that they've all got quite graphic or pretty or nicely designed front covers. So I can pair them with the lovely wrappings on the chocolates that I choose. So without further ado, let's go on in and I'll show you what I do, okay? So first of all, I have my chocolates. Now these range in price, but I have to say they tend to be on the more expensive side because they're smaller independent brands normally. Or they're ones with funky covers. Some of them you can get quite widely. So for example, the Hip Oat Milk ones, they've got really funky wrappings on them, packaging, not too expensive. The old favourite, Tony's Chocolonely, you can get that in all of the supermarkets. And I always just think it's very bold and graphic, but inexpensive. In terms of other high street, there weren't actually that many that had nice wrappers that are nice enough for this particular idea. But I thought the M&S collection one's pretty plain. If you had to go there, it's fine, but it's not got the same sort of, if you look at the cocoa chocolate, looks like that, or the Rococo ones look very beautiful, or even Panna Organic. Oh my God, there's nothing in this one. I've eaten that. And so I've got a selection here. Some of them are plant-based chocolates. Lots of them aren't. Oh, and then we've got this is a new brand this year. This is Art House. If you look at the fronts of these, really, really lovely. Now, Art House is a charity and they represent adult artists who have quite complex physical or neurodiverse needs. And they use their artwork on the front of the chocolates, and this helps to raise money for the charity. And I thought that was a lovely one. When I asked on Instagram if anyone had any suggestions for new chocolate brands to introduce this year, this came up a lot. Lots and lots of people talking about this brand and saying the chocolate was lovely. And so I've got 3 different versions to put in this year. On the books front, on the wrapping paper front, I normally go for the Craft brand. So they make this paper from recycled paper and it's recyclable. So it's kind of like, it's not like brown paper because it's a lot thinner. I did use brown paper one year, but you know, like the parcel paper, but it's so thick, it's really hard to actually wrap stuff with. And that's another benefit of this present. If I was going to list the benefits, they're easy to wrap, they're flat, and they're easy to post, and they're cheap to post because you can just put them in a jiffy if you want to, and you're not going to be there doing small packages or large packages or what have you. So I used the craft paper to wrap in, which always looks very nice and stylish. And then book-wise this year, did I include this last year? Because I now can't stop the tape to go and have a look to see whether I did. But, oh my God, this is just one of my books of hopefully this year. And you'll see why if you read it. But anybody who has recently entered motherhood, or not even recently, I mean anybody, you don't have to have recently entered motherhood. I'm not excluding anyone, but it's very, very poignant if you have been through that sort of postpartum period of absolutely not knowing what the hell you're doing or who you are. Then this is just so good. It's so unexpected. It's really dark. And it was a complete surprise. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all. So imagine that. And you wrap it beautifully in your paper. I'm going to put a picture in a second, don't you worry. I mean, look how well that chocolate fits with that book. Huh? You see, this is the point of books and chocolate. You have to, it's got to be considered, okay? It's got to be considered. Oh, I just read this book, Hello Beautiful, and it's beautiful. I really love books that have lots of different characters and each chapter changes perspective to a different character's perspective. I find those really enjoyable. It keeps it really fresh. And in fact, there's another book in this pile that does the same thing. I just thought this was a wonderful book. I think that it's sort of taking all of the book awards by storm. It's about love, and it's about family, and it's about family bonds, and whether they're thicker than love bonds. And it's really, really interesting and brilliant. What chocolate would we put with this? Let's have a look. You could either pick out the colours, look, from the other side of the cover. That looks nice. So you have so many options with these. It's so much fun putting these together. We've got the Art House one, also liking that. The Hip Organic goes with it. Not quite as much, I'd say, but you could get away with that. You've always got the option of Rococo. That is the rose milk. It divides people. Anything rose or violet and rose always divides people, but I am there for it. Chocolate that tastes of flowers, yes. And then also, if you look at this cocoa chocolate wrapper, that's really graphic, and it sort of echoes the front cover of the book. So this is what you're looking for. You're looking for a bit of thought when it comes to the matching of them and the design. Do you know what I mean? So that when somebody opens this package, they go, oh my goodness, wow, how lovely. That's really thoughtful, and that looks really, pleasing. That's what you're aiming for. Let me give you an option that would be like at the lower end of having to spend, okay? Oh, hold on, I'm missing a load of books. One sec. Another book of the year. This would be in my top 3. This is Colson Whitehead, and it's Harlem Shuffle, and it's the first of a trilogy, and it's a crime. It's a New York crime trilogy. I thought that this was just absolutely, what a riot. You might know Colson Whitehead because he wrote the amazing Underground Railroad. This is a completely different feel of book, of fiction. It felt very, almost like pop art. Everything was really vibrant in it, and it was like reading a film. That's how I felt about it. It's just so good. It's so good. I bought the next one. I read this in about a day and a half when I was in Greece in the summer, and I immediately ordered the next one. You could pair this quite easily with a chocolate, with a Tony Chocolonely, probably under a tenner, and it would make a really, really nice present. You could step it up a bit with your chocolate offering, look, and go for something a little bit fancier, but you don't have to. This is the beauty of the books and chocolates. It's completely bespoke. You can get Charbonnel and Walker, always a winner, those ones. But they do add a little bit extra to the gift. So if you were going really small on the book, oh my God, Claire Keegan, she's amazing. If you're going really small on the book, you could add in some truffles if you wanted to. Look, I bet that would look nice. This was amazing. Oh Sister, Jodie Chapman. If you want more information on all of the books, I am doing a blog post, and that will be linked in the description below. So if you want to know about the books, this isn't a book review video because I haven't actually prepared what I would say about each of them. So it'd be a bit of a painful video. Whereas I will do when I write the blog post, because I have more time to be considered about it. But yeah, this was one of my books of the year as well. That would look beautiful with it, wouldn't it? Bit of contrast. Oh my God, these are my downfall. Classic Rose and Violet creams, with the soft centres. Oh. Every year I treat myself to one box because they're so bloody expensive. Normally I do the Charbonnel and Walker ones in the big dark red round box, but they didn't have the smaller size of them this year, and the larger size was something like 60 quid or 50 quid, and I'm just not going there. So I got myself these ones because at the time they were also slightly on sale. And I love a bargain. Actually, can't say they were a bargain. They were definitely not a bargain, but they were slightly cheaper. So there are loads of options with this. And now hopefully you can see what I mean by the books and chocolates. If you've never watched this video before, if you've never heard of the books and chocolates thing that I do, I hope that that's explained it to you. Short and sweet video. I don't really do any other gift guides anymore just because I love doing this so much. I hope that that has sunk in. Try to make it as simple as possible. I'll link to everything in the description for you as well, including the wrapping paper, because it is really good stuff. That and all of the different chocolates and where I got them from. And yeah, let me know which ones you like, what you go for, and if you've got any pictures of your little books and chocolates packages, send them to me on Instagram at Ruth Crilly, because I love to see them. It warms the cockles. Right, see you next time.